All right, reading video number 2 today, we want to talk about sequence. And sequence is the order in which a story happens. Not only do we want to talk about the events of the story, but inside the sequence we also want to talk about the setting, where the story takes place, the characters. In our story for yesterday it was Li Ying, and the plot. The plot was, am I going to kill the dinosaur? Is the dinosaur going to eat me? The plot usually is the problem. All the events leading up to the do or die. And of course we had the happy endings. We know that he did the do. If you're with me in our small reads, we're on page number 27 where it says sequence. Sequence is the order in which the key story events take place. Putting a story's events in sequence will help you to understand the setting, the characters, and the plot. It'll help us understand the setting, the characters, and the plot. Order of events. Put the key story events in order to help you summarize the plot. We got a little worksheet. You're in your packet, and we're going to put it up on the screen for you. As we move over here, you're finding it. If you have to, feel free to pause the video. We're on page 2, the sequence. We'll have worksheets like this throughout the school year because knowing the sequence of a story is something that's very important. It helps you with your reading. Let's start with our name, of course, on top. I, of course, am organized on my desk. You're on your table or desk or whatever you have at home. I have my book here. Why do I have my book here? Because they gave me like half the answers. Oh, this is kind of nice. Okay? And so we can use these to help us with ours. Let's take a look at the first one they asked us for. They asked us for the main characters. And I thought the book did a pretty good job, although I like to do a little bit more work than the book does. And so our main character in here was Li Ying. Li Ying, I believe it's pronounced. Okay? And I'm going to put him, young man from village. And we also had another character in our story. It was pretty important, okay? And that was the princess, and it was Princess Peng. Okay? And I'm going to say Princess in Castle. And then the last one, you couldn't have this story without this character, and that was the dragon. And I'm just going to put bad guy. That's going to help me remember who he is. So the story, the book had just Li Ying, and we added to that one a little more details. Okay, so where's our setting? Do you remember where our setting was? I thought the book did a pretty good job. Village in ancient China. I'm going to put a 1 here, and I'm going to write exactly what they had. Village in ancient China. China's a place, so it should have a capital C on it. And I think there was another one. I'm going to put top of mountain. At Dragon's, apostrophe S, because he's going to own it, Dragon's Cave. That's where that big climax happened. All right? Then we will have some of the events. So the sequence are the events. Here are the events of what happened. In the beginning, Li Ying sees Princess Peng, and he falls in love with her. The next day, the emperor says, anyone who gets rid of the dragon will marry the princess. Okay, so that was the beginning. All right, what happened in the middle? Okay, now it's up to you. You got to go back to your story, what happened in the middle. I'm thinking in my mind, he slayed the dragon and lived happily ever after. No, that would probably be the end. So save that part for the end. What happened between him thinking this would be a great idea and him actually taking care of the idea? That middle section, you got to figure that out. Probably the part that we're working on this week, where do good ideas come from, right? And so he had to get this good idea, and if you remember where he got that good idea, that would be the part that you put in the middle. All right, notice how much we wrote for the first one, the second one, the third one's this big. You write the beginning down, and then you're on your own for the middle and the end. Make sure you write nice and neat. Now, I started with it. I don't think I told you, but I got my name on there right away. Go ahead and check to make sure your name's on yours. When you're done, back in your packet, and then you can click that you're finished with it. God bless your day.